The Texas Senate could vote on approving an education savings account as early as next week. The program would provide public dollars to families to pay for private school costs. But some critics of the program argue low-income families still would not be able to pay for private schools, even with the financial help. Our Capitol Bureau reporter Dylan McKim looks at the issue.
The Education Savings Account program would give each student $10,000 per year and a little more money for students who have a disability. But is that enough to cover the cost of Texas private schools?
I'm not sure that will cover. In many schools, it'll cover possibly tuition, but it may not cover uniforms, transportation, lunch.
It's a great point.
State Senator Brandon Creighton, the author of the bill, points to data from the Texas Private School Accreditation Commission, which says the median tuition for K through 8th grade is $8,900, while the median for high school tuition is $12,500.
We're above the average on the allotments for public school kids. We're above the average tuition for private schools across Texas, and there's incredible philanthropy to help fill the gap for any low-income students that need additional help.
But critics point out the supply of private schools vary across the state. For example, Austin has 78 accredited private schools, while San Angelo only has 4. And the range of tuition cost is vast, depending on where you live. Anywhere from $1,100 on the low end to upwards of $50,000 per year. Representative James Tallarico believes there is no guarantee students will have access to the schools with lower tuition rates.
If you gave my former students on the west side of San Antonio a $10,000 voucher, there's still no way they could afford a $20,000 a year private.
To see if an ESA program will finally become a reality in Texas. In Austin, I'm Dylan McKim.
Well, lawmakers aren't allowed to vote on anything in the first 60 days of the legislative session unless the governor makes it an emergency item. So that could happen when the governor gives his State of the State address on Sunday. If he does, the Senate will be able to vote on that bill as soon as next week. You can, of course, watch the state address on KXAN Sunday at 5 p.m.